It is episode 16 of the Sci Fly Zone, and today's destination is going to take us to the potential Young Avengers movie or TV show that is going to happen. Potentially. That's the idea. What do you think, CJ? What do you want? Show or movie?
Honestly, I think I would really like a show from this. I feel like it would give them more time. We've talked about how they're kind of willing to be more involved and committed to making like shows more recently. They've been putting out a lot of good projects recently, and I'm really excited about it. There's been a lot of like little like hints and little small pieces being put together to like set up this new group that we're probably going to get. It seems like it's pretty likely. I mean, if it's not going to be the Young Avengers or the Champions or whatever they want to call them, it seems like it's definitely going to have a big role in the upcoming projects in general, one way or another. So yeah, I'm super excited about this, man.
Yeah, me too. And I have heard that they're going to be giving the more grounded characters focus on the shows, and the bigger, more powerful characters are going to be more focused on in the movies. So I feel like if they were to go a TV show format, they could really expand upon the more grounded characters that are on the roster, like Kate Bishop, like Cassie Lang, like Miss Marvel. They could focus on them, and then with the more powerful characters that could come in on the roster, they could come in towards on the later end of the season, so that their appearances have more impact, since the show could kind of lead up to it in a sense.
Yeah, I could totally see that happening. I know I get what you mean, like with the shows have been more focused on like the street level heroes, kind of Hawkeye, Daredevil, and like Ironheart most recently.
Yeah.
And then the movies have been more so like, Fantastic Four is coming out pretty soon. I'm sure that's going to have more cosmic implications to it. So yeah, I could totally see this being a show, and I just hope they give it them enough time to like flesh out the characters, give them like good bonds together, and really make the team seem like it's like something like it could be a big impact.
Yeah, and to add on to your point about the movies being like a bit more like focus on bigger, more powerful stuff. I mean, Captain America: Brave New World, the main focus was a giant celestial coming out of Earth, and then Deadpool and Wolverine, they got sent to the void. They time traveled. Deadpool came to our universe back in the day. There was a lot of crazy stuff going on there, and even Thunderbolts, a super grounded movie. The Sentry, he has his own pocket dimension.
Yeah,
he's almost invincible, basically. So, and also the post-credit scene of that movie hinted at Fantastic Four, a very cosmic focused movie. So they are the movies definitely are definitely leading up to something big as of recently. So it's cool that the shows kind of have a more narrative focus in terms of the grounded characters and giving them more of a chance to shine, and also having more grounded characters get more shine as well with them.
Yeah, I completely agree.
So who do you see on this roster?
So there are a lot of possibilities, I do have a lot of names here, but I know there are probably some names that I'm missing.
If you miss some people, you miss some people, but you're highlighting the people you want to highlight, and that's what matters.
Yeah, absolutely. So the first person that I think is probably most likely to have like a big role in this group, who's already like been hinted at it, is Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. She's she seems to be sort of like the main recruiter, maybe. There was a end credit scene of the Marvels hinted at Kamala kind of like approaching Kate Bishop, asking her to join her, telling her that she's going to form a team. So it seems like she's going to have a big role in the recruitment process of it. I feel like she could kind of be like sort of a Nick Fury type, the guy who like approaches people and like tells them what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, the scene played so similarly to how when Nick Fury recruited Iron Man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's the scene I was thinking of. Yeah. So yeah, I think Kamala Khan could be great. She also has like a lot of great leadership roles. I feel like leadership characteristics. She's very like optimistic. She's probably like one of the most optimistic characters we've seen recently. And she cares about what's right and wrong, you know. And it feels like recently there's been a lot of like morally gray characters or like morally gray moments that Marvel has been starting. So I think Kamala Khan could be a great like leader and like kind of guiding everybody to be like, okay, this is what we need to do. This is how we need to do it, you know?
Yeah, and another character that I think could really be a potential member here is Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie Lang. You know, her comic name is Stature.
Yeah.
Super mid. Super mid. Like, I don't know. Like, I understand big, tall, I get it.
Yeah.
But like, Ant-Man has way more personality in terms of like a name than just stature. Like,
Yeah.
like that would be if his name was Tall Guy.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. 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 Stature and posture are my two favorite superheroes in Marvel.
That's like saying your favorite rappers are Logic and Reason.
Really good.
Yeah.
It's really good.
But yeah, I think she could be a really good addition to this team because she already has experience. I mean, in Ant-Man 2, she fought along with her dad and helped take down Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
I mean, well, let's be real. A lot of giant ants took down Kang, and then Ant-Man punched him in the face long enough for him to get sucked into a portal. So, but you know, she was very pivotal in also that rebellion that took place in that population that was existing in the quantum realm. She helped their rebellion and them help break free of Kang's rule, which is really cool, which is something that she was wanting Ant-Man to do like the whole movie. Like, look, you're an Avenger, you know, like I understand that like you kind of want to take a break after Endgame, but you know, you kind of gotta get back into the game a little bit.
Yeah.
So I can totally see her wanting to continue taking that energy of wanting to save and help people and channeling that into the Young Avengers and becoming a leader in that sense.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, I agree. She'd be a great piece for the team, and yeah, I think she could be another really good leader for this team. You know, like you said, we've already seen her in action. She's been part of the team that took down Kang the Conqueror, right? So she has experience in that field, and you know, she also kind of fits a theme that I think we might see with this Young Avengers team, which is sort of like an homage or a reference to previous Avengers, like the original Avengers, you know, obviously like being the daughter of Ant-Man, having like similar abilities to him. I think she could be like, I think that could be a really good like sign of respect to like the previous Avengers. And there's some other characters in here that I think could also fit that role. You know, I briefly mentioned Kate Bishop, and I think she could be like a great piece for this team. Very likely to be a part of the team as well. She fills that I mean, her like the Hawkeye role, you know. He was another one of the like original Avengers. So
yeah, like taking what they learned from their parents and really applying it in a new way and in their own way as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that would be really cool. What do you think about the potential of Eli Bradley, Isaiah Bradley's son? Isaiah Bradley, the first black super soldier, first black Captain America, who was in Falcon and the Winter Soldier and also Captain America Brave New World. His son, Eli Bradley, was in the show for a little bit. And while he wasn't really hinted at becoming a new Young Avenger in the comics, he was. So do you think that could be a role that they're going to set up for him in the future?
Yeah, I think it's totally a possibility. Obviously he did have a brief role in the show, you know, but I think they totally could bring him back for a bigger role and bring him into the team. Obviously, like you said, he was part of the Young Avengers in the comics, and he's another one of those guys who could like kind of pay homage to the previous Avengers that like the original Avengers. You know, he kind of has a similar skill set as some of the original Avengers, you know. So yeah, I think Patriot could be a great addition to the team as well.
Yeah, also I could totally see him wanting to become a Young Avenger in the sense of kind of retribution for how the government has treated his father, Isaiah, because like they did him dirty multiple times.
Yeah.
Although, granted, the second time when he was brainwashed, I understand why they locked him up initially, but Still, they put that man through a lot, and I could just see him wanting to kind of take control of the situation after so much
Mhm.
has happened outside of his control, and him seeing that like maybe taking the serum and joining a bigger team could help take more control and prevent more things from happening to him or or his father, in the same way that Riri wants to make iron suits to try and prevent what happened to Natalie and Gary again.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that makes complete sense. Yeah, I like the way you're thinking about that.
Yeah. Speaking of Riri, she could also be on this team.
Yeah, yeah, she could totally be on this team. There wasn't like any setup for her to be a Young Avenger. Obviously, at the end of the show, she did set up Mephisto, who could show up in the show or movie or in whatever it may be. But yeah, I think Riri could be great. She was great in the show. I really enjoyed her character. And she talked about several times how she wants to like do something like big and do something important, you know, and this could totally be that, like joining this team, I think could be great for her. She's another one of those characters who, like, I mean, she's 100% like the successor to Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, she would be another really good. I think she could be great for like the chemistry of the team and like sort of bringing her own kind of skill set to the fights and stuff. You know, I think she could be very very valuable for the team.
Yeah, and also she's one of the only few people in that group who's actually dealt with magic and was able to beat magic.
Yeah, 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 100%.
One character that I think is less likely, but I would really hope to be on this team is Kid Loki from
Mm,
Loki season 1. I think that would be a really cool continuation of that storyline. My theory is that he finds a way to escape the void after he noticed that not only did Loki find a way to escape, but maybe he also found out about Deadpool and Wolverine also finding a way to escape the void. So therefore, he makes it a primary focus for himself after he previously believed that you'd die attempting to do it because of Eliath. Remember Eliath from Loki season 1, episode 5?
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, so maybe he can find a way to escape, and then also, since the TVA is under new management now, as we saw at the end of Loki season 2 and Deadpool and Wolverine, that can also be a way how he escapes and makes it back onto our timeline.
yeah, totally. Yeah, Kid Loki could be a great addition to this team. I think he'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, and you set it up really well. It's totally possible for him to get out of the void, and I could totally see him like trying to find a group to like take him in when he does get out. You know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and back to what we were saying about Mephisto. I have a potential movie idea for a Young Avengers movie with Mephisto being the villain.
Cool. Let's get into it.
Yeah, so the post-credit scene that you mentioned of Kamala going to Kate Bishop and bringing a team together, we're gonna go off that.
Cool.
That's gonna be our main thing. She's gonna be going around searching for people. So the plot that I have, you know, it's fairly thin, but I have the inciting event, beginning, ending, and the moral story. So we're just gonna go off that. The movie is mainly gonna focus on Riri and Billy Maximoff, aka Wiccan, and the rest of the Young Avengers are going to be in supporting roles. So the movie is going to start with Kamala, Riri, Kate, and Cassie already with the team formed, but they're still looking for more people to join. And we see Mephisto peering into Earth from his dimension where he can monitor his clients. And we see that he is noticing Riri is starting to doubt her deal because of the scars and the pain that the deal is causing, similar to what happened to the Hood. And she wants to reverse the magic so that she isn't tied to Mephisto anymore and she doesn't have to lose her soul. She's going back on her deal, basically. And since she is so smart and is already part of the somewhat formed Young Avengers, she has a lot more resources than she did before, so she can actually make this somewhat possible, meaning for the first time, Mephisto might actually lose his power. So obviously, Mephisto seeing this, he's not a fan. He wants to stop having Riri as a client. And like what he did when the Hood was about to lose himself and he went to Riri for a new prospect, he is going to go to Wiccan, Billy Maximoff, for a new client to replace Riri. because when Wiccan brought himself back to life in the Agatha show, that's what got his attention due to his power potential. So Mephisto goes to Billy Maximoff and offers help to find his brother Tommy. And Mephisto's goal is to manipulate Billy to use his power and determination to find Tommy as a way to stop Riri and the Young Avengers from finding a way to nullify his power, because he's going to convince Billy that the Young Avengers are the thing that are trying to stop him from finding Tommy by any means possible, and that they are the enemies.
Yeah, man. I'm kind of hooked, I'm going to be honest. I think this is a really good idea. This is I could totally see like something like this happening. And I would honestly really enjoy it. You know, obviously we talked a little bit about how the team is kind of getting set up right now. Marvel's been like planting seeds for this new team. So I think it makes sense that like in the next like couple projects they can set up like Kamala and Kate Bishop and Riri and Cassie like forming their group together, and by the time the movie starts, like they're already like a team and looking for more people, you know. I'm super interested with what's going to happen with Riri, you know, and how her deal with Mephisto is going to affect her, you know, because obviously we saw in the show how much it affected Parker, right?
Yeah.
So like there's definitely going to be some backlash for Riri for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm really curious about how that's going to come into play and how it's going to materialize, you know.
Yeah. A potential way that could, because, you know, I got more to this movie, believe it or not. I got more stuff here. Once the Young Avengers realize what's going on, this is where they really focus on going out and getting help now, because they realize not only is Mephisto getting involved in more ways than one, he's going after the son of the Scarlet Witch, who is possibly the strongest person to ever wield chaos magic, which is reality warping magic. Not good. Not good. So this can be where they can get maybe Shuri, who's Black Panther, because she's very smart, very good with tech. America Chavez, multiverse travel powers, also training to be a sorcerer, as we saw at the end of Doctor Strange 2. Maybe for those who watched Ironheart, the character Zelma, since she is also a sorcerer and friends with Riri, although it depends on what she's doing with the hood. So maybe that can be something they either dive into or close off completely, or Kid Loki, White Vision, etc. And Agatha, since she's buddy with Wiccan now, she probably would convince him not to do this deal, but I think he would do it anyway, just because how badly he wants to find his brother. So maybe she can have some sort of growth arc to help him overcome Mephisto, since she is a ghost now, like I previously mentioned. And this movie can explore now what she's capable of with her ghostly presence, and still be in the fight, while the other non-magical characters can use their brains and tech and other resources to find ways to essentially become chess pieces to form a plan that'll allow them to take down Mephisto and his influence over Billy and any other people on Earth. So basically, like, the third act is they find a way to convince Billy of the truth, that Mephisto is manipulating him through magic or reason or however they do it. And they get Billy out of his hold from Mephisto, and his anger and frustration, combined with the power of the fully formed Young Avengers at this point, would actually be enough to take down Mephisto. But as they're about to kill him, he threatens to kill Billy's brother Tommy, and shows a vision of him and the magic that he would use to kill him, and also threatens to kill Natalie to Riri in the same manner, because without his magic, Billy knows that he might not be able to find Tommy again, and Riri knows how hard it was to live without Natalie the first time. So Billy, Riri, and the rest of them are pretty scared of this, you know, reality. It's either, do we do this and risk not seeing the people we love ever again, or do we continue making deals with the devil to get what we want?
Yeah.
But they realize that this isn't just about Tommy anymore. This isn't just about Natalie anymore. It's about everyone throughout time that Mephisto has corrupted, including themselves. And it's about stopping him from corrupting anyone else anymore in the future. So they go through with the plan anyway, you know, despite the risks, and they use all the magic and tech and everything to nullify his power and take away his ability to corrupt and take people's souls. So initially they're like, damn, that sucks. I'm really sad because we had to do that sacrifice. But then we see none other than the Watcher peer in. And he says, guys, that was awesome.
Big fan of that.
That sacrifice, oh my gosh. Taking down the devil in order to do it, losing what you love, beautiful. Great acceptance. So guess what? I'm going to make sure that Natalie is okay, Riri. I'm going to watch over her myself. I'm going to make sure she's okay. She'll be watched over. She's going to get to live a full life on Earth. I got her. And Billy, guess what? We found the location of your brother. He did the same magical spell that you did when you were about to die, and you inhabited someone else's body with your soul. He did the same thing. And I'm going to give you his location so that you can find him and be with your brother. So, post-credit scene. We open up at a house in a suburban town. Everything looks pretty cool, pretty normal. There's a knock on the door, and a young adult boy opens the door, and he is greeted by none other than Charles Xavier. And he says, hello, young one. Don't pull a fast one on me, but I think we can help you.
Nice.
Yeah. Because he's talking to Speed, his brother, Tommy Maximoff. And Charles Xavier is going to introduce him to the school for gifted youngsters, as Tommy is going to be this universe's new Quicksilver, who was also Speed's uncle, by the way, I want to add. So, moral of the movie. The characters learn the implications of breaking the rules of life by making deals with forces like Mephisto. And it doesn't just hurt themselves, but it hurts other people, and that can domino when he affects anyone and everyone who's willing to stretch the line in an attempt to become happy in life by gaining back something that they lost or something that they feel they deserve to gain again. And they learn that you need to accept some things in life can't change, like death and loss, and going back to those moments in time and trying to change their outcome or results is a waste of time. And the only way to truly move forward is to accept. And killing Mephisto solidifies this because Billy accepts that he can't bring Tommy back through magic, and Riri accepts that she can't bring back Natalie through magic, and that they deserve to exist how they were meant to be, and that not how Riri or Billy want them to be. And this move successfully demonstrates the sacrifice of personal wants and needs for the better of the world.
Yeah, man, I love it. I think it's great. I think you did a really good job with this, honestly.
Thank you.
I love the idea of like Mephisto targeting Billy in particular, because obviously, like at the end of Agatha, he's basically like desperate at this point to like find his brother. He really wants to find his brother, and if he finds someone who like goes, "Hey, I can help you," I can help you find your brother. He's probably not going to think twice about it.
Yeah.
Even
especially with how young he is.
Yeah, absolutely. Even if Agatha tries to like talk him out of it, I think he would totally see finding his brother as more important. And the like Riri and Cassie and Kamala and everybody, them trying to stop Mephisto from like gaining everything that he wants and like taking full control. I think Billy could kind of interpret that as like them trying to stop him from finding his brother.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, which could
it's all
totally
manipulation.
Like, yeah, 100%. Yeah, and so I think that could. I think we could get some really cool fights between them, honestly. But I like how you kind of like created the like moral. I feel like it's a similar moral dilemma that we saw in WandaVision at the end of WandaVision. Like, does the team want to like save the people they care about and like keep making deals with the devil, or do they want to like stop him and like keep him from taking everything, and WandaVision, it was, do I want to protect my family that I created, or do I want to protect the people of Westview, so, and I mean, especially with like Wiccan and Speed being like the offspring of Wanda, like I think there could be some great parallels there. But yeah, and I love the idea of Speed going into working under Charles Xavier. I think that could be great. We haven't really seen much of him at all since WandaVision, so I'm curious of how like developed his skills are, or how much he's like worked on it.
As in Speed, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I think him going under Xavier could be awesome.
Yeah, and I think it's just like it's a natural setup towards the X-Men, especially since we're
Mhm.
getting a lot of X-Men in Doomsday. I feel like
Yeah.
it would be a good way to kind of lead into that. And when I was trying to find how this movie would end, because like I was stuck with like, how do you beat the devil?
Hmm.
Like, how do you like? I don't. So I looked, like, I straight up Googled how do you beat the devil, and the first thing that came up was, if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile. So
Hmm.
so I thought, was what are these characters' inch? What is their inch?
Hmm.
And I was thinking, Wiccan, it's his brother.
Yeah.
So if he offers to give him his brother, he's gonna take the deal.
Hmm.
Once he understands the implications of the deal, he's gonna realize that he needs to make the sacrifice, because he cannot continue letting this being take power from him and anyone else that he is taking power from.
Yeah, absolutely. And for Riri, it was Natalie. That was her inch, and she gave him that inch. She made that deal, and she got Natalie, and it's going to cost her a mile, right?
Yeah.
So I'm curious to see how that plays out. And I like how you mentioned Zelma, because I think she could totally be a good addition to this. Because
maybe she could be like somewhat of a villain role, maybe initially, and then she can switch over initially, because like maybe the hood will kind of influence her to see things differently, if they're going to take that plot line any further.
Yeah, that's the other name I was going to mention. Yeah, I think Parker Robbins could be awesome in it too. Obviously, the end of Ironheart set up something going on between them. We're not totally sure.
Maybe he can become the jacket instead of the hood.
The jacket. He's the coat. Yeah. The sweater. But like he went to Zelma for help. He asked her for help, and he asked her for a very specific type of help. He asked her for magic help, but he asked her for supreme kind of magic. So maybe there were mentions in the show of Kamartaj. Maybe they could be doing a little bit of this. Maybe they go to the school. There have been rumors about a Strange Academy show.
Yep.
I think they could honestly be a good fit in that.
America Chavez is currently at Kamartaj.
Yeah. Oh yeah, perfect. Yeah, that's how they meet, right? That would be a great setup, honestly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, dude.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
So do you think there's anyone else in this movie who you think could like potentially fit in like in a supporting role that like we haven't really talked about?
Zelma and Parker are really good.
Because like I don't really have like much for Kate or Cassie or Kamala, like outside of them like having the role of going out and finding other people,
being the recruitment,
help in the fight, and also them like doing stuff in the fight to like either distract Mephisto or do stuff to like bring the plan together, basically.
Yeah, for sure. Another character that I think could fit well in this movie would be, or show, whatever it may be, could be, I know this character had like a pretty lame introduction according to a lot of people, but I think Scar could fit pretty well in this group. I know you weren't gonna like it.
No,
but
I'm down. It's just when you mention him, I just think of his hairline.
Look at the top of his head. Look at his lips.
Yeah, it's hard not to think about that. Yeah, he people didn't really like his introduction to the show. I mean, he didn't do anything, he hasn't really had time to like flesh out his character much. But I think in the time that they work on the New Avengers project, I think they could flesh his character out a little more, give him some more personality, and plus I think he could provide something that the group's kind of missing, which is like sort of what Hulk brought to the Avengers, is just like the big muscle type,
Some raw strength.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Have you seen Riri take a punch? I mean,
yeah, not great. Yeah, hey, those were professional fighters.
Yes.
But
Fair.
But yeah,
And yeah, she needs some strength and conditioning for
yep,
sure.
100%.
She's gonna be outside her suit more.
Yeah, definitely.
No
But yeah,
disrespect to her though.
yeah, 100%.
Just saying, just keeping it how it is. But yeah, I definitely think Scar could be another cool addition. I mean, he definitely deserves some retribution after his introduction for sure. I mean, I think it was also just a product of the bad CGI for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Like that show just was riddled with bad CGI left, right? Like that was one of the biggest ridicules of that show, like out of anything. And there was a lot of ridicule in that show for sure.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
he definitely deserves a bit more respect to his name for sure, especially since he's a pretty big player in the comics and he's like a pretty raw dude.
Yeah. I mean, he's like the son of Hulk, you know, and like in the comics, they really, they're really able to like show that and like materialize it and like what he's able to do in the comics, but he just hasn't had the time to do that in the MCU yet.
Yeah. And for this, for this Mephisto movie, I think also they should somehow be transported away somewhere, somehow, some way through magic or whatnot while they're fighting Mephisto or while they're trying to get to Mephisto, or Mephisto sends them somewhere just so that they are not able to call on the bigger Avengers to help them out and they have to do this fight on their own.
Yeah, totally. That makes sense. And I think it could be, like, I think it could really help establish the Young Avengers, you know, like as one of their first, like, big, like, villains, like beating like the devil, you know, in whatever way that may be. You know, I don't think they're gonna kill the devil, you know, but because I do imagine he will be coming back for future projects. But yeah, if they're able to like you know kind of like stop him from what he's trying to do, you know, I think that could really add a lot of credibility to the group.
Yeah. How do you think if this movie were to tie into Doomsday, how do you think that would unfold?
You know, I think it would probably end with kind of like how you said, like the team like stopping Mephisto, taking him down, not completely, but like preventing him from what he wants. So I think he could maybe go off and try to
go
like,
off.
He could go off, Queen, and he could like he could go away, go somewhere else, and try to find a new like client, I guess, you know, or like someone who like would work for him, someone more powerful than Parker or Riri, you know, maybe someone who
like Ghost Rider.
Like Ghost Rider, yeah. I think that could be sick. Yeah, I mean, I really hope Nicolas Cage is Ghost Rider in the movies coming up. I think that would be so cool.
That would be crazy. That would be crazy. He's already playing a live action Spider-Man noir.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So, for those who don't know, Nicolas Cage voiced Spider-Man Noir in Into the Spider-Verse, the animated one. He voiced the character, and he is getting his own spin-off show on Prime Video, a live-action one, and he is going to be reprising the role in the flesh. Pretty awesome. You know, so that guy will do anything, and I love it. I love it.
He'll do it really well too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just has like a sort of unhingedness, but he's also like he can like really hone in on it and like focus it in like a really good way.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Another big casting that I heard for Ghost Rider is Ryan Gosling.
That's right. Yeah.
And do you think like that's too big of a name? I mean, like it would be really cool, but just I don't know. I feel like some people when they see Ryan Gosling, they see him too much for the other characters that he's played.
Yeah, that is a good point. He has played some very like well-known, like iconic characters, and I don't really see. I don't know what kind of role Ghost Rider would play. You know, I don't know if he's gonna have like a massive like role, kind of like Doom or like Galactus will in Fantastic Four, most likely. You know, I think it would probably bring them more good than bad. I think it would help them more than it would hurt them, honestly. I could totally see like some people like having a hard time seeing him as Ghost Rider, given like the previous characters he's played in the past. But I mean, Marvel is like, they're not really like afraid of like casting like really big name people for roles, you know. So I think it's a possibility. I could totally see it happening.
What if instead of just Ghost Rider, we got Cosmic Ghost Rider?
Oh,
Because hear me out.
Okay.
Frank Castle dies in Spider-Man Brand New Day and makes a deal with Mephisto to become Cosmic Ghost Rider.
Oh, wow. I think that could be really cool, man. Honestly, I think that could be so sick.
Could be one of the people the Young Avengers fight in their fight.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Have there been? I feel like there's been rumors about Mephisto being in Spider-Man in the next Spider-Man movie, right? I feel like at least in some role, maybe like
the rumors were more so. I heard more so rumors about No Way Home because it seemed like they were pulling a lot of One More Day, which One More Day was when Spider-Man makes a deal with Mephisto in that storyline, and it was very controversial.
Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of for sure.
But since Mephisto is officially here now, who knows? I mean, it could happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So for Doomsday, the only Young Avenger that is currently confirmed to be in there is Shuri, which, I mean, Shuri isn't always a Young Avenger, but I feel like she would be a good person to have in the Young Avengers for sure. And since she's already confirmed casted to be in there, I feel like she's worth mentioning.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I feel like she could definitely, like, I imagine I mean, if the Young Avengers are gonna be in these movies, which they haven't been confirmed, like you said, yet, but if they are gonna be in it, I could totally see Shuri either being a part of the group or definitely interacting with them in some way. You know, she already has the connection to Riri, and there was a mention of Shuri and Ironheart.
Going off that, I feel like Ironheart is probably going to be in the movie as well. Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, I feel like she's also going to be in the movie. Kate Bishop probably going to be in the movie. I feel like Cassie Lang. Do you think she's also? I mean, I feel like all of these characters deserve to be in the movie in some capacity.
I agree. I think
along with America Chavez. I mean, she literally can travel through the. She's the only character who can travel through the multiverse with magic and not cause incursions. She's the only person. Yeah,
she doesn't have a multiversal variant of her, right? Yeah. So
or at least she hasn't found one yet. And also she doesn't dream, which dreaming is you peering into another universe's version of yourself. So at least in the MCU, that is what they established, and she doesn't dream, so therefore she doesn't see any version of herself.
Yeah, she could be great in it as well.
And I feel like since Doomsday and Secret Wars are seemingly to be very focused on incursions, her ability to travel and not cause incursions, she should be a major player in this. Hopefully not as much of a MacGuffin as she was in Doctor Strange 2. So you don't know, a MacGuffin is just like, for example, Transformers, the Allspark is the MacGuffin. Yeah. It's just the thing that everyone is fighting after, or the focus. So, and in Doctor Strange 2, Wanda was trying to use her to take her power to travel the multiverse to find her kids again, because her kids don't exist in the universe that she exists in. So I hope if she is in the next movie in Doomsday, that she is able to play more of a role that's herself and not just be another plot device. Yeah, totally. I completely agree. In terms of where I think it could place, like timeline wise, I think that it should take place with most of the Avengers already gone, with them fighting in Doomsday at the same time. And the Young Avengers seeming to maybe having to hold down the fort until the consequences of Doomsday ripple onto Earth. And then we go from there. Similar to how Ant-Man 2 basically took place during Infinity War, and everyone got snapped away except for Ant-Man, leaving him in the quantum realm for 5 years to be taken out in Endgame. So I feel like it could unfold at the end of the movie similar or the end of the show, similar to how it did at Ant-Man 2.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. And plus that would mean that the Young Avengers can't like call on the other, like they can't go to Sam Wilson or Captain Marvel for help. You know, they have to take care of Mephisto themselves. And I also like the idea of like once they do finally like do what they were trying to do in the show or movie, and like they get rid of Mephisto for the time being, like then like almost immediately like the world starts falling apart and like they're like thrown into Battle World or something.
And they're like, wait, did we do this?
Yeah, totally. And it's like a completely new like monster that they have to face that they didn't know about. Like I think that could really I think that'd be really interesting.
Yeah, totally. Any other ideas or thoughts you want to throw in here?
Here's what I will say. I do hope Wiccan has a big role in what's coming forward. Obviously, you touched on like the relationship he could have with Mephisto, and like what he like wants. Like, I mean, trying to find his brother.
Mm-hmm.
I recently, over the last couple of days, just rewatched Agatha All Along. It was a really good show. Mm-hmm. I liked it a lot. There were some like corny things, like corny bits here and there, but it was a great show. Honestly, mm-hmm. I was hooked the whole time. I think Wiccan's character was great, and we haven't really seen like his full potential or like anything close to it, you know. And I think he could also, like we kind of talked about Wanda a little bit. I think if they eventually like meet again, I think they could really have some interesting scenes and maybe use their power together to fight.
Yeah, and I don't really know. I mean, they said Scarlet Witch was dead, so who knows if she's dead?
No one's ever dead in MCU.
Yeah, I mean, no body, no death. That.
Yeah, exactly.
And when that building collapsed on her at the end of Doctor Strange 2, there was that red light. So
mm-hmm.
Who knows what that red light meant?
Yeah. Really cool stuff coming forward.
Yeah, really excited. So that about wraps up our video. Would you say, CJ?
Yeah, I think so.
Awesome. So next video is going to be a baseball MLB related video, and we'll also go into other notable things such as more people who have joined the home run derby and also other just notable fun stuff. It's going to be great. We're going to have a great time. So please tune in. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any other topics or shows or just anything that you want us to talk about, leave it down in the comments, as we would love to have more things to talk about. Thank you so much for watching. This has been the Sci Fly Zone. Hope you have a great day. Later.